What's happening, Jimbo man? You out here with Kazp, and this is CROSS the STREET.
Kill him all, fill him all with lead. Number two, pencil forged in his head. Get it? I'm a tripper like I got Tourette's. Cut off the heads, I'm a menace in a minute. And I cut off the appendix for them on my set address. And I send to be a FedEx man, thin no amendments. All I do is rep the town, a boy big.
What is good? I am here today with Casper. What's good, my friend?
Man, what's happening, brother?
Hey, see, he brought us out here to the legal wall here tonight. He's going to go ahead and whip us up something while we do a
We're gonna keep it legal tonight.
little episode. Well, talk, my friend. What have you been up to?
Shit, man, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I just came back from Houston. I did a little Thiz Latin tour out there with the homies from Thiz Latin and stuff. Shout out to the homie Galtals. We did a video with Coolio the Underdog, you know, the OG from the Crash and stuff like that. Shout out to him, you know, Cavi. But yeah, man, shit, man. Other than that, bro, I just, try to keep it, not even try, bro. I just keep it, hip hopping, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop and stuff like that, bro. Like as underground as I possibly can. Like, but sometimes I go and do the little hip hop shows too, cause I rap with it too. You know what I mean? It's all in the same, the four elements of hip hop, as they say, or whatnot. You
Right.
know?
I watched a couple of your lives there before I showed up here. I saw you in the car spitting some of your songs and whatnot.
Okay, for sure.
You get down. I saw the little Chief Rocka instrumental remix that you did too. That was kind of dope.
Right. Shout out to the old school. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You gotta
feeling
shout
that.
out to the old school, bro. You know you can't forget the basics and stuff, bro. You forget the basics, bro. It's just, it goes all types of ways and shit.
I also seen you're a scaffoler for a living.
Oh, yeah. See, and like with that,
That looks scary as
yeah,
hell, bro.
it is. And I guess it kind of comes with the graffiti and stuff, because as a youngster, I used to climb up buildings and all that stuff, bro. And it's like that adrenaline rush, as they say, or whatnot. You know what I mean? And I get it's like, both of them are together. Because even when I'm inner city painting or whatever, or used to, you know what I mean? Because we try to keep it legal now. We're trying to, sell art and get money out of this. But, you got to kind of climb scaffolds and all that shit. So, it's like I'm training to paint some more.
I don't want to get you in trouble at your job, but I brought you a gift.
Yes, sir. Yeah, hell yeah. It's all good,
I'm
man.
sure you got
Appreciate
your hands full tonight. You
What we
can
got?
do whatever you want with that one there.
Super Silver
I got the
Haze.
silver. I was going by the name. I was like, colorful name, silver. Let's go for it.
Okay, cool. No doubt.
A little something
Yeah.
to puff on.
All right, for sure.
All right, let's see what you got, man. Let's see what kind of wizardry you can come up with. You got a little piece in mind already you were thinking?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I actually brought it somewhere right here.
Cool.
You know what I mean? And what I like to do, bro, out of respect before I paint on somebody's stuff is kind of try to buff them out a little bit so they know that, I wasn't trying to disrespect them or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I got the little piece right here that I'm thinking of doing. So, yeah, for sure, man.
All right, let's see it. So you doing any more music lately, or is that something?
Man, actually, right now I'm working on a project, right? I'm working on a project. I'm trying to push more to like the Latino crowd or whatever. You know what I mean? In my earlier career, I kind of came in as a super hip hop head. The whole battle rapping and all that stuff. And but with my music background, you know what I mean, comes the Latino-ness as well. You feel me? So that's kind of really right now what I'm trying to concentrate on. I got a little project. It's a cumbia project. I don't know if you know what cumbia is.
No,
you know what I mean?
Fill me in. What's cumbia?
Yeah, see, it's a style of music that like originated in Colombia, in the country of Colombia, where like indigenous people and like and African people came together and made this style of music with European instruments, you know what I'm saying? And we, as the Mexicans, we kind of took that type of music and we made it, as they say, cholo, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure you heard that term out here on the West Coast. I made it a very cholo-like and stuff like that, to where they slow down the tempo that the cumbia was playing with. And with Latino music is very much upbeat sometimes and stuff like that. Well, they slowed it down. They slowed it down like on the 45 RPM and stuff like that. And it was kind of like an accident type of stuff. And around those times, of course, you had like the Houston movements and all that stuff and coming back and forth with music. this style of music kind of took influence even from American music, and it's become, you know, it's become like this sensation in Mexico and Latin America.
You've got some connections in the Midwest, it seems like.
Pardon me?
You've got some connections in the Midwest.
Yeah. See, I was raised in Kansas City, man. I was originally born in the Bay Area in California, but I was raised in the Midwest. And even like in KC, like the type of Latino, the type of Mexican that's right there, you know, is very much into this cumbia culture, because there's, you know, there's certain places in Mexico that are playing this type of music, you know what I mean? And that's where my influence comes from too. You know what I mean? Like the graffiti and everything. It's almost like a Latino form of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like what we created with what we had, you know what I mean? Type of stuff. So that's a little project that I'm working on right now.
You should come out Sunday, this Sunday, the 29th. I'm going to be shooting the music video for Rush One and Mr. Patron.
Okay, cool.
At the Lowrider show there.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Hell yeah.
That should be a cool little Latino experience.
Right, yeah, most definitely, man. I'm down to kick it, because, you know, that's really where I was trying to push my my demographic, you know, to the lowrider shows and all that stuff too. The last project that I did was with a producer out of Kansas, out of Lawrence, Kansas, and his name is Tony Gaines. Shout out Tony Gaines. I don't know if anybody's really heard of him out there, but he's, you know, he's a legend to me. He produced Devil Boy on Tech Nine's Angelic, you know what I mean? And he was part of the collective that produced Angelic and Absolute Power. So that's definitely a plan to where, like, you know, but that was during the COVID season and all that stuff, you know what I mean? That affected about going to the lowrider shows.
I watched the Riot video that you did.
Oh, yeah? You checked that out?
That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Nice little feature you did there on the chorus or whatnot. And those dudes are pretty talented, the guys you were working with there.
Yeah, hell yeah. Savage Family, man. Shout out Savage Family, bros. Those are the OG, triple OGs right there. You know what I'm saying?
I'll add the link for that video right above us there that we can see in there.
Hell yeah, man. Check it out, man. Everywhere we go, we start a riot. But yeah, man, it was a fucking honor working with those fools and shit. That shit was a whole different experience and shit. You know what I mean?
Nice video, really clean video, great song. Super fun.
Yeah, hell yeah. The video was shot by a little kid, not a little kid, but, you know, 16, 17-year-old Marius, and then my video got Max Savage and shit, had a couple of clips on it too, but it was edited and all that stuff by a kid, 16 years old. Wow. He made the instrumental, all that stuff. In less than a day, it was done. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that kid's a genius for sure.
Yeah, that was nice work. Yeah, really nice work.
Yeah.
How'd you get into the graffiti world? Something you just kind of fell into, or?
Nah, well, look, man, growing up in the Bay Area as a little kid, it was everywhere, you know, and back then it was like kind of like looked upon as like gangster, you know what I mean, type of stuff, where if you wasn't really hard, bro, you wasn't painting, bro, like you wasn't even allowed to paint, you know what I mean?
Right.
And yeah, you know, me and my mom used to walk to the store or whatever in Eastside San Jose, which is the South Bay Area, and I used to watch this crew called the TDK crew, who's pretty big and well known in the Bay Area. You know, they painted like the main Mac Dre murals when Mac Dre passed away, and one of the crew members' dream is very monumental in Bay Area graffiti and hip hop, point period blank, you know what I mean? So that's where I get my influence. That's where I started painting and, you know, eventually rapping or whatnot.
You keep a little sketchbook at home, I take it.
Man, bro, I'm writing on everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? Phone books, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever there is, it's kind of like a, you know what I mean? It's like a OCD, man. Even when I'm chilling or something, hanging out, I'm boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
Shout out to my boy Daniel Anger. When I was younger, he drew a picture of a cassette tape one time on a piece of paper, and I walked by and tried to pick it up because it looked so freaking real. Hell
yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
He used to write out here or what?
Yeah, he's a friend of mine from out here.
Because there's a lot of crews out here, like old school crews that, like, you know what I mean, that I've seen, like Art Fiends. I don't know if you ever heard of Art Fiends, and then like
DK.
Is it DK? I think that's what it is and stuff. And I see what they used to do. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, really, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm new to Portland. I've only been here 5 years and stuff. But I'm like, whatever that side of Portland was, you know, I miss that. And I'm not even from here and shit. So, yeah, that shit was raw, you know? That old school hip-hop type of feel.
Seems like in Portland, the cops are pretty busy doing other stuff nowadays. And it's kind of nice to see some of the art pop up. And whether legal or not. I mean, it's cool to see it jump up.
I'm not gonna say what I painted, bro, but the other day I had a little short can, and you know, again, it's just like an addiction. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna take it. And I took it with me, and I started painting, and a cop car drove by, and I just froze. I'm like, fuck, this is it. The first time I ever been caught. And like, he just kept driving. I'm like, shit, for real? I'm like, fuck, okay. Must be my lucky day, you know what I mean? Must be my fucking lucky day.
So you do cap selection right now? Finding a nice cap there to use?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I didn't really bring too many tips, and I've been doing other projects, so some of them are kind of clogged up, but you know what I mean? I improvise, bro. Point period blank, I always improvise, because at the end of the day, that's what I am. I am a bomber. Like, you know, I've gone to art school, like, you know, for art or for graphic design, I mean, or whatever, but, you know, at the end of the day, the basics is always that, you know what I mean? The essence of hip-hop, and like, you know, making sure your throw is clean and crispy, as they say. You know what I mean? Clean and crispy throw, man. That's how you really need to be out there.
So we got the base layer here set down. I watched the Bob Ross documentary today, and he used to do every episode in 24 minutes.
Swear. What?
Yeah, I mean, all those paintings that we saw him do, he was doing all those in 24 minutes.
He's like, Gasper, man, you got 24 minutes to handle this shit. Hell yeah. But yeah, I think I have a show here in Portland. I'm not too sure. August, September, like at the end of September.
Where's that going to be at?
I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's common right now in the hip hop game. People have shows booked but don't know when or where quite yet.
So I don't, you know what I mean? I did the Houston one. I had a couple of shows booked, hella shows, but I broke my foot and I just, you know, canceled all of them. But that Houston experience, it was cool. You know what I mean? I got to be around a lot of executives and just people in the music business and stuff like that, bro. So like whether I'm constantly in it or not, like I always soak up the game from the OGs. You know what I mean? Because I like being around people like that. You know what I mean? Because they're telling you not how to not fuck up and shit. You know what I mean? And what the game really is and shit. Because a lot of artists, you know, I feel like going to the music game thinking, you know, that they're super dope and they don't know when to give up, and that's why they give up, because, you know, they don't understand the music business for what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why
I think Cool Nuts best said it in his song "Crushed." These rap dreams die in the night.
Yeah, yeah, and like, you know, a lot of the OGs behind me out here in Portland, like network with Cool Nuts when they were younger and stuff like that, you know, travel with Mac Dre and all that. And, you know, like my family is from the Crest side, so I'm out there in Vallejo a lot. Like I said, I was originally born in the Bay Area, and I soak up game from them. And Cool Nuts is somebody that no matter where I go, everybody always mentions, you know what I mean, type of stuff in Portland. You know what I mean? When you talk about hip hop in general, you talk about like New York and like here, the Bay Area, LA, you don't really, you know, you're like, what, Portland and shit? But, you know, Cool Nuts is somebody that's definitely always in the mix of the talk, you feel me? And
no, he's got the key to the city out here as far as I'm concerned.
For sure. Yeah. He earned it, man. He earned it, bro.
He earned it, correct.
I like that song with Bosco. You know what Bosco's another one. You know what I mean?
Created a whole sound.
He got that song with E40. And Cool Nuts is on it, bro. I forget what that shit's called, bro, but I'll be slapping the fuck out that song,
this
bro.
This alley smells like shit. We're back here in an alley with like a bunch of... Even the spray paint smell don't even cover up the smell of the fucking...
We stay around gutter, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing Tim's on the West Coast, bro. Hell yeah, for sure.
Tight. Do you have any artists that you look up to, people that you respect or honor or emulate?
Man, you know, like in KC, bro, we used to look up to this artist, Scribe. He was definitely somebody that, like me and my crew, because it's a crew of like 10 of us. You know what I mean? Some of us rap, some of us like do graffiti and shit, and, you know, some of them collect Pokemon and shit. You know, we all over the damn place, bro. You know, we grew up and shit, but we stayed hip hop. And Scribe is like Kansas City's main graphic designer, and he does a lot of stuff for like, you know, kids, like cancer patients and all that shit. You know what I mean? So I always thought that was tight. You know what I mean? That he did that with his artwork, and I guess that's kind of why I tried to go to college for it, but you know, it didn't work out like that. But like I've been able to move around with it a lot from city to city, and you know what I mean, from hood to hood, and things like that. And to me, like, you know, that's also significant. You know what I'm saying? That's also significant.
I'm sure you developed some great friendships too throughout your time.
Right, man. Like or like youngsters that still hit me up like, hey man, what's up, bro? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Type of shit. You know, this kid hit me up from Oakland to tell me he graduated one time because he. You know what I mean? He listens to my music now, still to this day, and then like he liked the way I painted at this hip hop event in West Oakland and shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is very hipsterish, you know, kind of like where we're at right now. You know, and it's always good to chill and be able to do what you want. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, Alberta looks a little different nowadays.
Right, man. So I heard Alberta used to be hella hood, huh?
There was a time in Portland where there was definite areas that were a little more dangerous than now, but
Right.
Anybody that's lived here their whole life has kind of felt welcome, but to an outsider it might seem different.
Right. Nah, man, I fuck with it, bro. I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Like, I always say, man, even though I left Kansas City or whatever, I never left the hood because I stay in the hood everywhere that I go. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, it's universal, bro. You know what I mean? I feel like you gotta be able to speak, and like this is cool, graffiti and shit like that. You know, you're in the streets, you see homeless people, you see grimy shit. Like you said, it smells like shit here, and if you're not able to walk through all that stuff, bro, like people in the streets ain't gonna feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, how are you disgusted by this shit? You rap about this shit.
Well, I hate to put you on your Bob Ross timer, but you just hit 16 minutes in the episode. So.
Oh shit, bro. We'll kill it real quick.
Yeah, even with the smell of the spray paint, we can still smell the hot trash and garbage in the hallway. In the alley. What's the coolest place you've ever traveled, I guess, with your art? Has your art taken you anywhere?
I think, okay, so we went to Paint Louis. It's an event in St. Louis, in Missouri, where crews from all over the world really come, and it's a clash of what they call clash of styles. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that was cool. It was during what's his name? It was a shooting of a black teenager, Mike something, in St. Louis. And that's kind of like what took off or bounced off the Black Lives Matter movements and stuff like that. But it was cool, you know, just to be there during all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Is that Trayvon Martin?
No, it was after Trayvon Martin. It was Mike Brown. Yeah, Mike Brown. Yeah. And you know, we painted a little mural for him. That was cool. But just point period blank, just to experience cultures and other people and stuff like that. That was pretty tight. And then I think after that we came back to Kansas City. And at that time, being like, you know, the hottest rapper out of where I'm from is Tech 9, and he was releasing a lot of his old school artists, and Cut Calhoun was one of them. And we happened to paint a mural for an event randomly, and I guess the next day he filmed his music video where we painted that. You know what I mean?
Dope.
So that was pretty cool, and it was kind of like a diss track to Tech 9. You know what I mean? It was in the background. But shout out to Tech 9 though, bro. That wasn't me. We didn't even know. We should have gotten paid for that motherfucker. Cut Calhoun, you better pay us for that motherfucker, bro.
So when you were in high school, you did want to go to college eventually to master art.
Man, bro, when I was in high school, I hella dropped out like twice. And my art teacher, she begged me to come back to school. She bought me like an airbrush and shit. And I used to hustle the fuck out of kids. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I made my money. I didn't really take it serious and shit. And I was like, fuck, bro, I needed to graduate high school. I wanted to graduate high school from my mom. She helped me graduate high school. She promised me, she made me promise her to go to college, and I did. You know what I mean? I tried to go to school for a year, and that's when I first started rapping. I went on tour on this tour called the Monsters of the Midwest tour. Kendrick Lamar was on that tour, and he was really unknown. And after that, Tech 9 took him on a world tour, and he blew up after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got locked up for a year and a half, and I had to drop out of college. But a lot of people don't know that, man. You know. After that, Kendrick came back, and it took off because J Rock was signed to Strange Music, you know, from Top Dog or whatever. So that's why the connection is like that. But yeah, man.
This is cool seeing this come to life. Pretty excited about this.
Yes, sir.
So what's the next step?
Man, I'm gonna just hit it with an outline, you know what I'm saying? That way to do it real quick, you know? I'm the type of person to chill, go get a drink, go get some food, you know what I mean? That's why I like coming here. Usually, a traditional throw consists of 3 colors: your fill-in, your outline, and then your highlight, which is what we're doing right now, you know?
Wow, that looks cool. Wow.
Hell yeah.
Super cool.
All in all, man, you know, it's all art, bro, you know, because the elements of art are in this shit, bro. Texture, line, your colors, you know what I mean? Your shapes, all that shit.
He was telling me that on the way here, he wasn't able to get to the art store in time, so he had to go to Fred Meyer's to buy your paint, which probably isn't the favorite choice, right?
Well, I mean, bro, this is my favorite go-to, because, you know what I mean, it gives it that old school feel. But if I would have had a choice, I would have gone a little bit more professional paint just for the show, you know what I mean?
Sure,
Type of shit.
Oh, this looks great.
Oh, shit, I'm fucking up.
It's a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say.
That's all, that's exactly what it is, bro.
It's a happy accident. They said learning from your mistakes is the easiest way to get better.
Well, that's what we're doing, bro.
Look at that.
That's what we're doing
Look at
every
that.
day, man. Every day is getting better. You know what I'm saying? Each and every way. Just gotta keep grinding it out. You know what I mean? And it's just like, that's all it is. Every day keeps getting better.
Well, you got about 4 minutes left here on the show. Anybody you want to give some special shout outs to or love before we get out of here? I see you got some pictures with my homie Buff the Stuff.
Oh yeah, man, you fuck with Buff, bro.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
see, man,
Buff.
shout out to Big Chiefin', bro. Like, see, Big Chiefin' is the way that I got into Portland hip hop and shit, bro. They used to have this thing called Native Night Out, which was created by Buff. You know what I mean? And that's how I came into the scene.
That was mentioned on 2 days ago
Yeah,
on our
yeah,
show.
on Black Bear's
Yeah.
on Black Bear's interview. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So Buff is definitely one of our OGs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he was very much connected with Mac Dre. Him and Mac Dre was hella homies. So it's all in the mix, bro. Shout out to Big Chief and, you know, Jay Scalper, man, Jamie Scott and shit, bro, who very much, you know, has been pushing me too, just like Buff and shit like that, bro. All the homies in Kansas City and, you know, the Bay Area, bro. All the 5 Trade 5 homies, all the North Vallejo. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, bro. But yeah, you know, Houston, man, all the Houston cutties, man, what's happening, bro? You know what I mean? So, but yeah, bro, Portland, man, like, I'm addicted to Portland, bro. As much as I complain and shit like that, I don't leave because I'm addicted, you know?
Well, having cool nights like this, I'd imagine, kind of make it hard to leave.
Right,
Right?
exactly.
There's actually like a full-on like bar across the street having a full-on night, and we're just in an alleyway here with probably some neighbors above us here, and no one seems to give a shit. So, love my city too, man. I really do.
Yeah, it's just crazy. The history and shit that Portland has with like a lot of movements that people don't know. Like, for example, Psycho, right? Psycho, rest in peace. Created, I think, I don't know if it was a Thiz dance, right? Here in Portland, and you know, Mac Dre took off with it and shit like that. You know what I mean? And yeah, and even with other type of musicians and shit, like old school you know, soul and all that stuff, bro. I heard Portland has a lot of history with that too, bro. You know what I mean? So, you know, Portland is full of music and shit like that. The way I see the Northwest has its own thing. You know what I mean? Even with other formats of music. You know, you guys created grunge. You know what I mean? Type of shit. Kind of like the Bay Area created all that hippie stuff. And I feel like that's how he's crying. He's crying. That's how the hyphy movement really blew up. You know what I'm saying? Or really came to be. You know, because it came from all that hippie shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really excited to see what happens next with the Portland scene, bro. You know, I'll be telling everybody everywhere that I go.
You can feel the bubble.
Check out these Portland fools, bro. Like, look what they're doing over there. And that's why I don't fucking leave, because I'm kind of like, fuck, if I leave, like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to see what happens.
Everybody's really stepped their game up over the last couple of years here, and you can really start to see the elevation.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So is this your last color here? Is this what you come in with and kind of turn it all to life here? Ooh, cool.
Yeah. I try to mix colors and shit, but we're not gonna do that tonight. You know what I mean? Just gonna make it look a little eerie and give it a little life. You know what I mean? Cartoon it a little bit like that.
Little elephant. Like that. Is that what that is?
That's what it is. Yeah. That's what it is.
That's cool. Well, hey man, I really appreciate you coming out and sharing your time with us. I'll share some of your YouTube link down there in the bottom for everybody to check out. You have an Instagram page too, right?
Instagram, yeah, man. Everything Kazp45, KAZP45, man. Last but not least, I want to shout out, man, Julian Outline and Tavo, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely fucking with them for sure, and you know I'm loving what they're doing too.
You got some stuff going on with Tavo? You got some songs?
Yeah.
Up?
See, he's actually very much part of the Cumbia project, and we have a lot of stuff that I've never released with Tavo, with other major artists and shit like that. Like I said, bro, I do stuff and I just leave it, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like, man, I'd rather, like, how, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if I do it too much, my style won't be cool no more, bro. So I gotta, you know? But yeah, I definitely do got stuff coming out with Tavo and them, bro, for sure.
Yeah, he seems pretty busy right now, too, so.
Yeah, that little kid stay working, bro.
Yeah.
For sure.
He's got a new project coming out with Anthony Rivera, West Coast Black Bear, and himself, too, so.
Yeah, he's everywhere.
Pretty exciting.
He's definitely one of those kids, man, that's out there pushing the Latino movement heavy, you know what I mean? So, it's...
All right. Coming up here on the last, minute or so. Let's take a look and see what he came up with.
Cute.
All right. Dope.
For PDX.
Pretty nice for the amount of time you were given there, friend.
Yeah, thank you, man. Like, you know, practice makes perfect and shit, man. I could have gone quicker.
He was full on, did an interview at the same time.
Right. You know.
Right.
We're multifunctional up in here, Portland, up in the building.
Once again, thanks again for your time, sir. If there's anything I can do for you in the future, let me know. Man, this is great. I'm really glad we were able to share this with the people tonight.
Yeah, I got some stickers, some merchandise for you too, man. If anybody want to holler at me for stickers, man, I'll gladly come to you and, you know, drop a couple off, you know what I'm saying, for your computer, for whatever, bro.
I'll slap one on the side of my computer tonight then. How about that?
For sure.
Thanks for your time, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cheers, friend.
Out the top.